Welcome everyone for Game 30, semifinals match of the MavWar Height Tournament Unity 2018. And we've got a real banger for you guys. We've got a Lovebone versus Pink Slip, and two pretty solid teams. You know, they've gotten pretty far here.
Yeah, we do have, for Lovebone, we have team captain Rails Barlow, very famous player and very experienced caster. And for Pink Slip, we have their captain Trice, also a very experienced player. It is worth mentioning that this semifinals match is going to be, you know, the deciding factor. The winner will head on to grand finals. The loser will be in the running for third place, but that's all that we're going to see. We have the match going live right now. Lovebone on Survivor side, Pink Slip on the infected side. And it looks like they're going to have this first hit ready. It's like the Hunter, Jockey, Hunter, and Spitter. The first Hunter gets skeeted, the second Hunter gets skeeted as well. Jockey gets shut down, the Spit went down onto nothing. Almost no damage going out, just a tiny bit onto the dance.
Dude, we saw some captain on captain skiing there. Rails getting skied onto Trice. I think that's really, you know, that's just a way of Rails sending a message that he's ready to play. He's not messing around. But, you know, let's go through our players to watch here. You know, I'm looking at Lobster Facts on Team Lovebone. He's their, I don't know, like pot 2 or 3 or something. He's been pretty solid. And who do you got for Pink Slip? Who's your person to watch?
On Pink Slip, I will definitely be watching Trice. He is the team captain after all, and I think it's all going to be down to him to organize these hits down. We have the next hit going on, 2 Hunters going in, Smoker and a Charger quad cap, but it does not land. That Hunter's still getting a ton of punches in, and that Hunter was onto Vanilla for a good while. That's pretty decent damage on all the survivors, given such a big open area.
Yeah, not too shabby at all, man. They're going to work their way through this map. And there's the Gnome Depot coming up, where you can get all your power tools and stuff. Things gonna spawn right before that though, so gonna see survivors kind of run back. And do we have war rooms, don't we?
Yes, we do. Shall we run it over to a Pink Slip war room?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
We're going inside.
You're going
might have time. They hit to rush.
Any chance I can climb?
What?
Some of them.
Go back towards safe room.
Here. Okay.
You should get another hit. We need a boomer, I think, here.
Oh fuck, they're inside.
Yeah, what are you gonna do up there?
You have to drop here at the front here.
In the safe room?
To her.
Alright.
Mhm.
They're all
Use
looking
this.
that way.
1 second.
Good for in-cap. Come on, Simba. Okay, we gotta help him.
Oh, what the fuck?
One more on Vanilla. One more. Alright, good time.
Nice.
Come on, I was right in front of him. How am my punches not hit?
All right, and we are back. And that tank was not going so hot at first. We saw Vanilla playing Rochelle, really putting some nice moves on that tank, kind of getting away and allowing her team to get some chip. But then, you know, seemingly out of nowhere, Simba just went off and got 2 incaps there. That was pretty good damage overall for that spot. It can be pretty favorable, you know, for the survivors. It's also really dark and really just kind of adds to the immersion, which is really the best part of this game.
Absolutely, we do have the next hit going in. Charge Spit, the Charger goes in and whiffs. We do have a Boomer and a Jockey landing onto Nick and to Ellis. That Jockey's still hitting onto Nick just for a second, but it does get cleared. Like you were just mentioning earlier, that room where Lovebone decided to take that tank fight, it's really dark, and you know, that's not something that usually comes up in competitive servers, but like, there are, like, you know, lots of bar stools and desks right there. Vanille was doing a great job juking that tank out in the beginning, but she did get caught on there just for a second and got in-capped, then Rails got in-capped. So overall, I think that tank fight was pretty favorable for the infected. 2 in-caps is definitely better than none, especially in such a difficult area. We go Smoke, fully Coach just the last second. Boom, proxies onto Coach and Rochelle. Charge goes in, whiffs onto nothing. Jockey goes in, hits Rochelle just for a second, but also gets cleared.
Yeah, they're getting some decent damage here. Still looking pretty good for Lovebone. There's quite a bit of map left, but you know, they got this tunnel up ahead, which they can do some damage. After that, you know, it's going to be tough for the S side to get some solid hits. So I think all things considered, they're probably pretty happy with that tank. They're probably, you know, pretty happy with where they're at right now, but they're going to have to do a little bit of work on this next hit here with this one-way drop. And have you ever seen anyone get a F4 here before?
I have not seen it happen, but it is always a possibility. After all, this fence is kind of tricky to maneuver on. Like, it kind of jukes you because you think you can stand there and still clear your team, but once you leave the flat surface, there's actually no way to get back. So that can kind of bait you a little bit. The next hit is ready. It is a Smoker Charger Hunter Spitter. The Hunter's already pre-spawned, sitting on top of the water tower, making a little bit of noise. Lovebone is taking this really carefully. They don't want to make any silly mistakes right here on the first map. Looks like they're all going to drop immediately. The hit is going in. Charger whiffs. Spit goes down to nothing. The Hunter does land, and the pull does manage to go out. Nice 2-cap, and that Hunter was in Spit, I just realized. Urbanski just took a ton of damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage onto Verb, and him holding that permanent health, they would have liked to have kept him clean there, but that will give them this last little tunnel here, so after here, it's going to be, you know, relatively smoother sailing. There's just a couple of dangerous hits, but there's still, you know, still quite a bit of map left. So with Verb going a little slow here, it's gonna definitely kind of up the ante on all these hits here. And the Witch is, look at the Witch, dude, right behind that light pole. Do you think they're gonna get her or what?
Well, this is a pretty unfavorable position because, you know, you can aggro her from this little park area, which looks like that's exactly what Rails is going for, but there are a lot of spawns here. Yep, the Infected are right. They are ready for her. They've got a Jockey, Boomer, Spitter, Charger. They're definitely going to want to make something happen here. 2 Bleeders and Verb is already slow. Lobster is holding on to the majority of the permanent health, and he's the only survivor that's, you know, going to be fast for the foreseeable future. Looks like they're going to aggro her. Rails is already going for some chips. She does get the crown, but the Jockey does land on him just for a second. Charger gets repositioned by the picnic table and misses. That's a lucky break for Rails. And,
indeed.
You know, the eye did not hit. That picnic table actually juked the Charger just a little bit.
I saw the Boomer try to get that spawn right behind the bush hedge, and he almost got it, but Verb making the heads up M2, and then, you know, next level Boomer pop on himself. So he's just taking one for the team and just saying, guys, I got the common. You don't need to worry about them.
We do have a pull going in from the back, and Hunters both landing onto Rochelle and Coach into Spit. That's going to be an in-cap onto Verb, and Vanille most likely as well. No, she just barely manages to make it out.
Get up!
Yeah, so now they've got, you know, 3 of their 4 players are slow, and still a bit of map left, and you're moving this slow. They're going to probably take another, you know, 2 or 3 attacks, depending on if Vanilla goes down here. So we'll see that Smoker's going to come from the rear, and they're going to almost get that in cap. What a quick clear by Verbanski. 0.67 seconds to be exact. Which is
that was a
fast.
really ambitious Smoker, but it almost worked out for them. The Charger does manage to get an in cap onto Vanilla, goes for a punch onto Verb, but he does manage to avoid it. The Boomer also gets popped. Looks like that Jockey's going to move backwards to the map to try and get a despawn.
Thanks, I owe you one.
Yeah, sorry, I was adjusting my my volume. So Vanilla Black and White here, so we're going to see if they can, you know, maybe finish her off. Still sitting at a 220 bonus, which is not too shabby, you know. And this is going to be pretty much the last good attack the SI are going to have as they leave here. They're going to put Lobster Facts in front, but we're going to see this kind of staggered 2-cap. But Vanilla is going to die, and the charge is going to get a second charge. So that's one down. Rails and Verb pretty low, and that's going to cut their bonus down to 114. So about half their points go away on that hit, but that's going to be the last solid attack the SI have here.
Well, 1 death is certainly a good start for this first map. It is worth mentioning. Urban Flight, it's an add-on campaign, and it's a long one. You know, every single map is pretty damn long. We do have a last-second boom landing onto Rails just for a second. The Hunter gets skeeted immediately. Very nicely done. That Jockey is going to duck into the safe room. I don't think he's going to have anything. Oh my goodness. Verbanski got in-capped by the Spit. I think he thought he was safe by standing on that rail, but that does not save you from Spit damage. He is down, and that Jockey is waiting. He's trying to get something onto Lobster, but yeah, he's just going to shut that door. The Jockey's trapped in there.
Yeah, dude, Jockey went to jail for being a little jockey nerd and going to the safe room.
Trying to be cheeky right there. We have another triple boom landing, double charge landing, and the Boomer is sitting right on top of them. This is a ton of damage. Oh my god, that's a wipe right in front of the safe room door. Right here on map 1 of Urban Finals, the semi-finals match of MavWar Hype Tournament. Very nice. One of them died in the safe room, X-Five.
Yeah.
That's right. Who was it? Rails got in the safe room but died.
Dude,
Oh,
see, that's just an action-packed map right there, dude. This is gonna be a banger, dude. We got two teams that are, you know, really just wanting to win. And I think winner of this goes on to play. It's Bravo Sucks at Tetris, right?
Yes, Bravo Sucks at Tetris is in the grand finals, waiting for the winner of these two teams. We have the first hit going in. A Hunter does land into Spit. Very nicely done by Rails Barlow. That's definitely a lot more damage than Lovebone had to take. Reflector taking the majority of that damage. And we do have the tank is going to be up very soon. It is worth mentioning, you know, Verb tank admins. I'm not sure what he means by that. Oh, are we doing the tank pairings? I completely forgot to ask about that.
I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna keep acting like I didn't read that. So.
I will. Yeah, there's no time to get into it right now. The next hit is up. Jockey, Charger, Hunter, another quad cap for a big open area. Oh my, what? All right, Reflector starting the car alarm. That's. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Looks like the Survivors are going to take it back, and looks like the Infected are also a little bit confused. They're going to try and reposition here. Looks like the Jockey's going to try and spawn from on top of the building and land. Charger's going up there too. Both Hunters. They're all going to try and spawn onto the rooftop where the safe room was and just land on these Survivors. Hits going in. The Charger jumps in. He's getting chipped down. He gets mowed down. Another Hunter gets skeeted. Just the Jockey and Hunter left alive. One Hunter does manage to land onto Trice just for a second there, but that's a hit mostly shut down.
Yeah, nothing really going for the SI there. I'm guessing that alarm car was an accident. I don't know if maybe their plan is to hit it early and kind of take this tank out in this open area. That way they don't have to worry about it on the tank spawn. Like maybe that was their plan, but either way, nothing really came of it. So tank is up. It's a Verbansky tank, and I think it's about time we go to an infected war room.
Absolutely. Let's kick it over there.
Get that boomer now. Nice. You might want to commit with that Verb if you can come in from the back fast enough.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Rochelle's forwarded down below. Rochelle's forwarded.
Yeah, I'm going, yeah.
He's no longer forwarded. You might want to decommit. Decommit and come from the back, yeah, decommit and come from the back. There you go. Alright, now you can start rolling. Yeah, they're all on the stairs. They have no idea you're back there. Go, go, go.
Okay,
I'll pull a Reflector into you, okay?
Good.
Let him work, let him work, let him work. Nice, nice. One more on him. Nice. Alright, turn around. Help him now, go. Nice, keep on him. One more. I'll be up to help you in a second. Got Simba behind you. Trice's last guy.
We got a smoker.
Nice. Good damage.
Reloading.
All right, and we are back, and you know that tank fight seemed to go a lot differently, but ultimately it's pretty similar for the Survivors afterwards. You got 2 downs and got another punch onto Rochelle there, so looking pretty good as far as our fairness, I guess, between both teams. What do you think about that tank there, Hollywood?
Well, it was looking really shaky for a second there. The tank was able to get a super early corner onto, I believe it was Reflector, and they did have 3 cappers ready, but fortunately for them, the first jockey that landed onto Trice got cleared immediately, and Pink Slip was able to recover for a second there. Just for a second, it was looking like a wipeout. They are still in this, and they've taken pretty comparable damage to Lovebone in that tank fight. We have the next hit going in, 2 Hunters, jockey, and oh my goodness, and a Boomer waiting in the wings. He is spawned. He is going to get an incredible arc boom on 2 Survivors right there. Very nicely done.
Yeah, not too bad at all. So similar situation, like you said. We got 2 Survivors on 10 health. They have 2 pills. I didn't pay a lot of attention, so I don't know if there's any pills with them. I'm assuming there are, but I couldn't tell you where.
I don't remember Lovebone being able to find any extra pills. So I think for now, it's only these 2 pills for their 2 bleeders that they've got left. And Simba is already sitting pretty low. He's at 44 damage, which means that he could be put in the slow at any moment right now. The next hit is ready. Hunter, jockey, spit a Charger. Looks like they're going to hit him right now. Charger coming from the front, Hunter coming from the back. Hunter does land just for a second. The charge does land with spit onto Simba. That's going to be perhaps an incap or maybe just 20 damage or so. He just barely managed to make it out of there, but he is now slow. That's 3 bleeders and 1 pill left for them.
Yeah, that was a great. I don't know if the SI planned that, but that was a great target to pick for that charge spit. Like you said, he's now slow. He's now on 10th health, so they're going to kind of hold this last of the pills, and we'll see. They're moving a little slower. They still haven't gotten down to the tunnel yet, and that's going to be a chance for Lovebone to get some pretty good damage, and we're going to see that kind of go in the boomer from behind that fence. And going to land a 2 there, but nothing else really going other than some free spit damage, although Reflector's going dangerously low there.
Absolutely. Lovebone was also put slow and about the same area, and that allowed the SI to set up something on the Witch. Unfortunately for Kingslip, when they tried to capitalize on the Witch, you know, the Charger got repositioned by a picnic table, the Boomer somehow popped itself, you know. So I think Lovebone has a pretty decent opportunity here to make something happen with this Witch. Obviously, it's not a great area, but it's better than nothing. The Witch has now spawned, and they've got 3 bleeders. Trice is the only one hanging on to some permanent health right now. They have an opportunity to make a serious lead right here.
Yeah, they need to get this pretty clearly though, but the SI, they're going to go in on the separation here. They're going to split the survivors, and nothing really going on other than that one boom. So that's gonna allow them to be a little more aggressive on the switch if they choose to do so. So they're not going to bleed out too much here.
Absolutely. Trice is fast, and he does have a shotgun. I would definitely go for that right now. Yep, he does manage to get it. Very nicely done. They're going to move right on through. If I were Lovebone, I definitely would have started on that Witch. I know the separation looked nice, but I think they may have squandered an opportunity. Regardless, there's still plenty of opportunities to wipe them before the safe room. Next hit is going in, Smoker and Spit. Boomer going on 2 different survivors. No one is clearing Ellis. That's a lot of damage onto Impressive right now. He's going to be put back in the slow. Smoker's going to get another scratch for good measure.
Yeah, a lot of separation there. Also, something to note, Coach is black and white with 4 health, now 3 health and ticking, so I don't really know if Reflector's going to make too much more distance, but either way, we're going to have a really close game after this first map. I mean, even if they were to make it with their bonus right now. Absolutely. We're going to have a really close score, so that's going to set up map 2 pretty nicely.
Reloading here.
Both teams are definitely taking this very seriously. After all, we are in the money range. You know, whoever, even if the team who loses this, the 3rd place prize will be from money, so obviously you don't want to make any silly mistakes right now. The next hit is ready. We've got a Charger Smoker, Hunter, quad cap in a pretty decent alley. There's cars, there's rooftops, there's lots of places to spawn. Looks like they're already going in. Both Hunters going in. One lands onto Ellis, the other one lands onto Rochelle. Smoke goes down onto Nick, gets a punch and a charge. Tons of damage right now. That's a death onto Reflector. Simba and Impressive are both down, and Trice is down. That's a wipe. Very nicely done.
Yeah, great attack there to close out the map, and like I said, we've got a pretty close score, so it's more or less even at this point, and this isn't really a difference you worry about too much. So we're gonna go into map 2 here, and this is another long map, and there's some pretty interesting tank fights here. So I don't know if you have any opinions, but I kind of hope that we see the right after the little market tank, like that, the fake safe room, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, absolutely. The early tank tends to not be anything, super notable. I would definitely hope that we get a later tank, like you just mentioned.
Yeah, dude, I want to see that tank just drop in right on top of all survivors and just have them just duke it out, right? Just give us some action. Let's see what happens.
We do have Lovebone here starting on the survivor side. They do have a lead, but it's not anything major. It's about 50, 60 points here. So they can't get too comfortable here. And if anything, you don't really want to start as the survivor on this map, because like we were just mentioning, if it's a later tank, that could be a real swing for it. 37%, that's going to be an early tank, unfortunately. But regardless, we do have the first hit. Jockey, Spit, or Smoker, Charger. Spit charge is always a possibility, but this is a pretty difficult area to make anything happen.
It can be. I think the goal here is just to kind of all clobber on the one survivor with a full charge, and that's what we're going to see here. So that Spit's going to go a little deep, though, and not getting the spread they were hoping for. So Lobsterfax is only going to take 30 damage there. He could have been in for a lot more, and luckily for Lovebone, they're gonna rush through here, and we're gonna probably see them, get up on the 3rd floor, the last floor they have to go to get through this building, and we're gonna see where Pink Slip's gonna want to attack. That Boomer's gonna kind of tip their hand. They're gonna go early, but imagine we'll see them safe here and wait for a spitter, yeah.
Absolutely, but they've already got a Charger Jockey Smoker. A Spit would be ideal in this situation. These are pretty... after they get into this room, they're going to go into an office space. That's a pretty confined area. It's really dark as well. Again, darkness is actually a major factor in this map. We do have a Smoker looking for a last-second pull. It does manage to land a charge onto Coach, and a Jockey lands onto Vanilla just for a second, but gets cleared. That's another hit mostly shut down, although they definitely had the separation going for a second.
Yeah, just another, little bit of damage. They're kind of just shipping them away, and the key part is getting these survivors out of the 5-punch range for this tank fight coming up. And I think we're going to see the tank fight in the market, and I've scrimmed Rails' team a few times, and every time they've taken it in that market, they have not done so well. So they're gonna run back to the offices, I think, which can be a fun spot.
Are we thinking Roland?
Dude, I'm thinking Nick's getting beat up by that Jockey Charger, but yeah, let's go ahead and take it to an infected worm and see how they're gonna want to play against this.
Backwards.
Interesting. You get a car there? You can get a car there, maybe.
I have like unlimited sight here. You should just keep hitting. Nice.
Reloading. Hey, I'm reloading.
Do you have a spawn impressive?
Okay.
Reloading.
3, 2, 1. Let's go.
I'm a reload.
Is that what you're shooting me?
Reloading. Reloading. Look out now. Reloading. Reloading. Look out! Reload.
I don't think they have ammo there.
We got a hunter.
Yeah, they don't have ammo there. They have to drop to get ammo. Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm moving up.
Reloading.
Did they
One
get
guy's
ammo?
still on the original roof.
No,
Moving back.
no. That builds
How the
now.
hell did I get up there?
The ladder. By
You
the
can go up here, where the hunter is. Twice.
I'm up, I'm up.
Oh, second.
I'm just gonna commit. Did they get ammo? Yeah, they did, didn't they?
No.
Don't get
No?
pounced.
Alright.
Light it up!
Reload. Shoot the tank. Shoot the damn tank.
How can I get back?
Keep shooting. Reload. Need some help. Hey, I'm reloading.
Just get up!
Shoot the tank. Thanks.
Thought they didn't get ammo.
Light that mother up.
Although we're not shooting that much.
It's going AI.
Should hit maybe.
Yeah, you guys should be hitting. Just hit.
Back to respawn.
Hey, keep shooting.
If it'll let.
Horrible.
All right, and we are back. We're gonna watch just the remaining 190 health of this AI tank. Probably not gonna last too much longer there, but pretty good tank fight there for Pink Slip. I really liked what Trice did by running on that little wall there to the side and able to keep a lot of sight and get some rocks in there. And the survivors, they went from having right before that tank fight, everyone had a lot of green health, they had all their pills, and then that Jockey charge onto Lobster took him down to like 30 health, and they've only got one set of pills left, able to get a nice in cap onto Verbansky up there on a pretty tough spot for the tank. So I think if you're Pink Slip, you're pretty happy with that. And we're gonna watch as Lovebone kind of goes through this map. Do you have any thoughts on that tank there, Hollywood?
Well, as you mentioned, Trice did a great job not getting chips, keeping sight. I think by the time he climbed up there and engaged, he would still had like 90% HP. and he was able to get a really nice early in-cap onto Verbansky. My only two criticisms were I think his support came in just a little bit early. You know, they got cleared as Trice was in-capping Verbansky, and by the time he turned around, he had no one there to help him. But oh, you have a boomer going in just for a second, but gets popped very nice death. However, the charger is still going to go in and spit. Nice double charge. Ellis and Rochelle are both going to eat some of that spit, and the jockey's going to hop onto Ellis for good measure.
Yeah, the Pink Slip just continuing to do a lot of really good damage on these attacks to Lovebone, and this being one of the longer maps, it's going to be tough if they don't find some pills here. It's going to be tough for them to make this map, but I think they can get some pretty good distance. They still have that event where the tower kind of blows up, whatever. So
yes.
if they can get to that with similar health that they have now, they can make some pretty good distance here.
This is certainly the opportunity. They took a lot of damage from that tank, but they've still got their team reasonably fast. The next hit is ready. Hunter Smoker spitted. Boomer, pretty bad 2-2, but this is a nice confined area. Oh my goodness, that Hunter got annihilated. We do have a triple boom going out, and Ellis getting pulled into spit. That's going to put Rails Barlow very slow, and there's a ton of horde on him. That just might be, he's just trying to push on through, but I think he might get in cap unless the team comes here to help him. They are helping him. Nick's clearing those commons out with the golf club. I think Rails is showing a little bit of impatience. Not really sure what that was about.
Yeah, I think he does. They got to go fast here. They don't have a lot of time with everyone bleeding out, but they're going to make it to this rooftop just before the SI gets set up, so that's pretty good, although they're going to go in and we're going to see some kind of split play here. We're going to go on the charge with the Hunter, but could have went the charge. That's going to be one in cap, almost two, and Rochelle taking a little bit of spit damage there, a little over aggressive on that pickup, but yeah, like I said, they've got to find some health here. They're not looking so great anymore.
They most certainly are not, and there were no pills in the overrun safe room. There were no pills at the weapons where Coach just passed. It's looking pretty grim right now for Lovebone. They're in very bad shape, and this is a very dangerous area right now. Fortunately for them, there's not much infected to capitalize on it. They've got a Jockey, Hunter, Boomer, Smoker. Boomer gets popped immediately. The Jockey is up. It has nothing to do. Looks like that Hunter is walking around inside the building. He's going to look for a different spawn. His team just cannot help him whatsoever. Smoker's looking for a last-second pull onto Verb. He does manage to get it, but also gets cleared.
Yeah, nice play there by Verb to not just rush across and get pulled off in ledge. So they're going to keep going. This next little stairwell can be pretty dangerous, especially if they get a spitter here, which they do have. They have the Hunter, they have the Charger, so they've got the tools to cause a lot of damage, and there's a couple survivors that are in that low range. They could get in-capped here, so I'm excited to see how this plays out. They're going to go in right now, and we're going to see not one in-cap. We're going to see a second in-cap.
Doesn't look like it. That Hunter has been sitting at the rooftop for a while now, but he doesn't seem to feel like going in. That's another in-cap onto Rails, I believe. Is he black and white? He is. That's very unfortunate for him. This witch has spawned, but I mean, she's hardly worth mentioning. She's in a horrible spot. She's in a different stairwell entirely, so I doubt the survivors are even going to bother with her right now. We do have a last-second smoke going out onto Nick. Some spit going down, but it's not enough to in-cap Lobster. He's still holding on to just a tiny sliver of HP. Charger goes in, stumbles the survivors, but doesn't do any damage. They're going to start this event. Right now, it's all about pressing that W button. The tower is going to go down. We're going to see if they can even make it to the brothel or whatever that place is called.
Yeah, right. I imagine they may not all four make it across this thing, but I bet some of them do. Although they're really lucky. I don't know. We're going to see the Hunter go for a scratch. They're going to get one in cap. He's going to go down, and we'll see how silent this jockey is. Beats an in cap. Confirm silent, and he's going to land on the rails. Almost dies, and the spit's going to get him. So yeah, they're down to just Verb and Vanilla up, and we'll see if Verb can survive long enough for that pickup to go out.
Spitter's going to get the scratch, interrupt the pickup. Vanilla's trying to pick him up, but Verb can't clear all these common right now. It's really rough right now. 4 lops effects. Charger's going to go in. It's going to get a nice double charge. That might be the wipe. That is the wipe. It managed to in-cap Verb just from the arc and kill Vanilla. That is it for Team Lovebone. They are down right here. None of them made it to the brothel. Unfortunately, no fun times for you.
That's probably not what they wanted. But yeah, I mean, they got 433 points, so it's another long map, and we're gonna see how this tank plays out. But first, we have this amazing first attack with the charge spin, and it looks like they may go kind of early here, maybe.
Looks like they are okay. The jockey's already pre-spawned.
Jockey just knocking the lights out.
Doesn't that happen automatically? Doesn't matter. Looks like the
Gotta
jockey...
scratch the power box.
Oh, I see. All right, Lobster has scratched the power box. He's chilling behind those cardboard boxes. I don't think you can shoot through those. Nick's going for it, but I don't think that's going to work. Charger Smoker going in. The smoke misses. The Charger still goes in. Doesn't hit anything. The jockey does land it onto Nick just for a second. The spit goes down, but doesn't hit anything. That's a hit, mostly shut down with no incident. Tries taking just a tiny bit of damage right there.
Yeah, they did a great job of kind of baiting that attack out and retreating, you know, to the right places and avoiding the cap and spit. So not a lot of damage, although Lovebone did have a nice death order. So likely to see a tri-cap with a boomer. Yeah, that's what we're going to get. So we're going to see, you know, when they want to go, probably in this room up ahead. They're going to want to go probably a little earlier than later. Those SIR are going to come in. The charge he's going to mess that door up, but does get a scratch or two, and just a one boom. Maybe he'll get a proxy on someone, but nothing too crazy. I think you're still in good shape if you're pink slip here.
Absolutely. I would be perfectly happy with the amount of damage I had taken if I were pink slip. Lovebone, I think they're showing some weakness right now. Both of those hits were pretty disorganized, not much to say. And if I were pink slip, I would definitely be feeling, you know, feeling a little confident right now, but you can't let that get to your head. It's definitely all about this tank fight, like you said, Alexi. We're going to see how they manage to take it. Looks like they're going to have to take just one more hit before they spawn this tank. Smoker charges Spit or Jockey. The smoke gets onto Nick. Jockey lands and then charge into Spit. Looks like they're all going for Trice right now. They got a ton of damage onto him. Oh
Dude, he took so much fall damage. Oh, that's really unfortunate for pink slip. They all kind of ganged up onto Trice there. They wanted the charge from behind the stairwell, and then Trice, he just tried to get out of the spit and just fell. Literally took like 70 fall damage, and he's also really separated right now. If they had a capper, they could really capitalize, but I don't think that's going to happen, and I'm not sure where they're going to go, but we've got a tank up. It's a Rails Barlow tank, so let's go to the infected war room.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Climb, hit them when they climb, yeah.
Fuck, I can't even get up there.
Reloading.
I'll try
Just
to
have
go
boomer
for
when
the
you can. Yeah.
Reloading.
That's them.
Oh, not again.
You do realize that
I will get that car up there, hell or high water. They're gonna try to shit me. When they try to shit me, hit them.
Watch out.
Reloading. Hey, I'm reloading.
Reloading here.
Yeah, you have to go for a hit like now on the ones in front. Go.
I'm ready.
Yeah, go hit.
Reload.
Close.
Yeah,
Watch out there. Watch out.
that should be in.
That's
No.
over.
This isn't good. But I have to start rolling it, so support early is probably good. I can't even climb up this thing, what the fuck?
Kill it, man. Kill it.
Have to go the other way. Is there even another way? I don't even know how to get up
No,
there.
this
Fuck.
is the only way.
Oh
Just the
god,
cop
okay.
car. So the
Yeah,
roll of the lane.
top car would work better, yeah. Okay. You're gonna have to put me way early. Feel like now would be good, yeah.
Get out of that thing.
Go, hit.
Nice.
Fuck. Oh
Nice,
shit!
that's a kill.
Bye.
Nice, good job.
All right, and we are back, and Rails Barlow with the most epic bait of all time, taking all that shit before he commits, and then just piece punching Reflector. Like I bet everyone in chat was like, "Oh no, Rails is throwing. Rails sucks." Yeah, Rails just owned all you guys. Wow, what a way to turn a situation around. I mean, he was having a lot of trouble getting on top of that van. He was down to like 3,000 health. And then I don't know if the survivors just weren't aware of that gap, or if they were just too busy with other things. But yeah, and this is like now we got a big 2-cap going out here. It's just tons of damage. I mean, you hardly see such a huge shift in momentum. Like literally, that went from just a dead tank to now 1 death, 1 in cap, and just nothing. Wow. I mean, I'm speechless. I don't really know what else to say other than what a great punch. Oh, and Coach is out of ammo. Yeah, I see that.
Oh my goodness, things are going so badly for Pinkslip. Just like Alexi said, I am at a loss for words right now. What a ridiculous tank, but we got a boom and charge spit landing onto Coach. You know, if he's got no ammo, he may as well have no health. Down he goes, in spit with the comment down. Oh my goodness, what a disaster. I don't think Reflector was aware that there was a gap in the fencing there. He jumped, I think, trying to juke that tank punch, and he figured, you know, whatever, if I get hit, I get cornered, it's fine. Nope, he flew out of there like a ragdoll, and now Pinkslip is just... Right now, it's all about, can they even make it as far as Lovebone did? It's not even a question of, can they finish this map and take a lead, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Impressive is going to be slow. I mean, for as far as I can tell, I don't remember where health was, and we're going to see a quad cap come in, and it's not going to land on all three, but they are going to get the in cap onto Coach while the other two get caps on. That's going to be the map, and now we've got ourselves almost a 300-point difference. And, yeah, wow.
That's definitely what you're looking for if your team Lovebone. That tank fight was so bad towards the beginning. I mean, Rails looking like an AI tank down there. He wasn't even able to get up onto the roof. He took so much chip. But, you know, that one punch is all you need. Left 4 Dead 2 is such a volatile game. Sometimes you can have things in the bag, and then out of nowhere, a tank or a witch or just a random death charge can ruin everything for you. Right here in the semifinals of a tournament, that is a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that was sick. That was exciting, though. You know, that was a fun moment to share with everyone. I'm glad we got to experience that together. But we are here on to map 3, and you know, yet again another really long map. I have no idea where this tank spawns. I think it's after the it's after like the warehouse and after the mountain. It might be in this like maze. I think it's before the event. I hope it's before the event because the event tank really is not very fun. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. This can be kind of an exciting first hit. You'll see SI kind of fly out right as soon as they can go, and they're right above the survivor. So it's kind of fun there. But we're gonna see. The boomer looks like he's getting in position to maybe go on the drop. So I don't know, we'll see what they do. I don't know.
It looks like all the infected are looking to spawn in this apartment building to the right of the safe room as soon as they come out. And I think you're right, Alexi. It looks like they are all positioning to hit them at the drop right here where there's this palm tree on fire and a bunch of tables on there. That is actually a pretty dangerous hit now that I'm looking at it. We're going to see how Lovebone handles this, because typically the spawn here is like you spawn immediately as soon as they leave the safe room right behind them. Kind of like Dark Carnival map 2, but that's definitely not what the infected are going for.
Yeah, I will say, you know, I think Rails will be aware that if they don't go right away, he's going to know that something's up, and it's kind of a tough angle to hit here. The timing has to be just right to do a lot of damage, and I think we might see Rails team drop off here and go to that room to the right, and you know, hold things out. Although the infected are going to go into a little bit early. We're going to see quite the quad boom, but nothing else lands really. So it's really just the smoker to contend with, which he's going to have a tough time with that angle. And we'll see if the Charger can get a scratch or two as they kind of go in. But overall, you know, so far things aren't going too bad, but we know how quickly things can change, right?
Absolutely. You were right, Alexi. Rails definitely, you know, smelled something fishy, and they were able to bait out that hit. Charge was still hanging out at the bottom of the truck. He does have his charge back, but he gets mowed down before he hits anything. Smoker and Hunter hanging out in the back, but looks like they're not going to be able to do anything. Looks like they're repositioning. You can't actually despawn until quite a ways into the map, so I think they're going to try and get something. Nope. Lovebone is going to push on through. They definitely know that they've got the advantage, and they're pushing for it right now. But this is a pretty dangerous area. This bridge here, the fencing is down. It's a reset possibility. We do have a single boom landing. Looks like they're going to deal with that horde on the inside. They don't want to kill any of these specials. You know, you don't want to give them a charge. That's for sure.
Yeah, as you said, this can be a tough spot. So it looks like they're just kind of playing it safe. They're going in, and the jockey is going to get one off. That's going to be an inconvenience for sure. Not a ton of damage, but Smoker's still trying to make something happen. And see, he needed Ellis here maybe. No, Smoker is just doing tricks. I don't know, dude. I don't know what the Smoker's doing.
I mean, he's definitely the perfect special to capitalize on this reset, but I don't think he's going to get much of it. No, he does. Vanille getting reset again. The team is just does not care about Vanille, apparently. And a charge going out onto Nickel, though it does get cleared just before he hits the ball.
So we'll see if the Boomer can go. He's going to probably get at least a 2 boom here. There's just one they play it smart, so They do make it across, and we'll see as they go through here. This team does like to go out in the water and kind of mess around.
They're going for it. Yep.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like this. This is
for those of you watching.
So long.
Alexi and I have both scrimmed with Rails' team before, and they are big fans of this strategy, and we most certainly are not, but they're going for it. You can walk across this water. It's a big open space. It takes forever, but it's certainly the safer route, although not if you just get boomed right in the face like that. But, I mean, you know, look at this situation. What can the specials do? They're just hanging out. They do have the long-distance full landing onto Vanille. Spit goes down, a few scratches. The jockey does manage to land onto Ellis for a second. That's a lot of damage for such a terrible area. What are you guys doing?
It was a combination of spit and death spit, and they move so slow they can't get out of it quickly. So, yeah, see, it's just, I don't know. It's like an unneeded hit. You go through the bottom of the house, I think you're in better shape. And we see Lobster Facts way behind, and the Hunter's just going to make some noise to kind of slow him down. So we're still at 27%. We still have a ways before the tank. The Witch is somewhere. She's going off.
She's aggro. She's going in. I don't know who shot her, but there is a Hunter and a jockey going first. The Hunter gets skeeted immediately. That Charger is back. However, the Witch gets crowned. Jockey lands onto Ellis just for a second. That Charger is looking for a sneaky last-second charge from the back, it seems. No, it looks like he's going to despawn it. Or no, he is spawning up, but there's a fire right in front of him. I don't think he's going to be able to make it survive. Yep, he's going for a despawn. Very nice Witch crown by... I don't even know who that was by. That was a big potential for damage, but they made it through. Looks like they're looking for a few kills in this warehouse before they're going to continue on through the map.
Yeah, and the SI, they have a quad cap, so they're gonna go in while they're in the warehouse. This is gonna be tricky. If they can't land it, it'd be huge, although Ellis is gonna position himself just in a tight enough of a spot to allow his team to get the clear, so not a lot going on here, and we're still about 10% away from this tank, so we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna kind of just, oh, I don't know, it's getting closer. Maybe it is gonna be here in the big maze. This could be fun, yeah.
This actually would be a very interesting spot for a tank fight. There's lots of places for you to chip the tank. I mean, it's a big open area, but there's also lots of hedges, so plenty of places for a rock tank, spawns, and whatnot. Looks like Lovebone's going to take one last hit before they have to spawn this tank. Jockey, Charger, Boomer, and Spit. Nice move, double move coming from the back. Charge Spit lands onto Ellis. That's going to be an in-cap onto Rails for sure. Boomer's getting a few scratches in, gets a proxy onto the rest of the team. Rails is down, I believe. Is that the second in-cap or the first?
That is in-cap number 1. So yeah, you know, Rails, he heard those spawns. He put himself in a more aggressive position. I don't know if he was trying to, you know, focus everything onto him or if he was trying to make a play, but his teammates were a little behind there, so he does go down with the in cap. And ooh, we got a pause, and Impressive has left.
I mean, I think that's just kind of the way you have to do it when you're playing on such a long map like this. You know, as much as you can scrim this map, there's, you know, when it's add-on, anything can happen, and we've already seen that happen. So I think he's certainly taking the right approach, but it is making this match, I think, much closer than he would like.
Yeah, I would agree, and we're going to see this first attack come in. I think it's about time to go to an infected war room.
I can. Yeah.
Let's go.
They're on the map.
Yeah, rock over top of the bush.
On the bench, too.
Alright, you want to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Reloading. There's a freaking
Wow.
They're really going back.
You gotta restart.
This is about normal.
Oh my goodness, we're actually going live. Things are moving. All right, that tank rock hit the fence. The survivors
so is he gonna stay in the game?
It looks like it. We do have a jockey landing onto Vanille just for a second, although it does get proxied, stumbled, and boomed. There is a smoker not doing anything. Impressive is ghosted as a smoker, but he's not moving. That's concerning. Regardless, Reflector is in the hands of the tank, and here is the strat. The lovely, lovely strat that we were talking about.
Whoa, look at that. You see that?
What?
That was sick.
I didn't even... What? Okay, hold on. Reflector is pushing in. He gets a punch onto Rails. He's pushing right into, I think, Lobster's face. He gets a punch onto Vanille. Ellis is hit by a charger. My goodness. He's getting another punch onto Verbansky. One punch away. Verbansky is in capture. Now going to turn around. He gets a punch onto Lobsterfax. Another punch. No, he misses. Nice joke by Lobsterfax. Gets another punch on the Lobster. He's in the yellow. 2 more punches to go. 1 and 2. He is in caps right at the edge of the water. Vanille is the last man standing. She's trying to chip this tank down, but I don't think she can outrun it. Nice jump punch onto Vanille. She is slow, and there is no way out of there. This just might be the wipe for them.
Dude, Reflector's a legend, dude. He's a ledge. Did you see? He jumped from the light into the window.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Dude, the ultimate counter for the standing on the ledge strat. That was amazing.
Absolutely. When I was playing that tank, I could not do anything. I'm clearly just that much of an inferior player. I thought for sure this was going to be an ace, but Lovebone has wiped, and this is such a massive opportunity for Pink Slip. They are so in this. I'm shocked.
Dude, that was awesome. Like, I don't know, like, is that better than Lupe tank? Like, do we need to have like a
I
showdown?
don't know, because oh my goodness, I would be so down for that. 1v1 tanks only. Make it happen.
Dude, they need to bring Tank Ball back. That would be
Got the first hit going down. A pull and a charge missing onto Nick somehow, though Jockey does land onto Coach just for a second. Boomer proxies onto him, but Pink Slip are going to push on through. I mean, Lovebone has got to be nervous, and they have to be aware of that. This is the time. Now is the time. Hold that W, get as much distance as you can, because you need to get, you need to take this lead. You want as many points as you can get before this finale right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, they haven't played this tank pretty well on the infected side, so we're gonna see. Looks like this Hunter's gonna go kind of early, but there's not really a ton of support ready to go with him. Although that charge is gonna go, but just a little bit of chip damage. They're just trying to get people out of that 5-punch range, and yeah, no, for sure. Like this is now really interesting, because if Pink Slip can kill this tank and they can make some distance, this could be, like almost a tied game going into finale.
Absolutely. This is such a dangerous situation if you're Lovebone. You do not want them making any kind of distance on this map, let alone taking the lead, but right now they're looking so good. Impressive and Trice are out of the 5-punch range, but Reflector and Simba are sitting pretty at 99 HP each. I mean, you've got to start doing some damage. The Smoker lands onto Nick just for a second. The Jockey lands onto Rochelle. The Charger gets an incredible distance charge onto Nick. That's a bad amount of separation. This is exactly what Lovebone needed.
The alarm car. Yeah, there's an alarm car in that.
Oh my, I'm learning so much. There's an alarm car in this shipping container, because, yeah, that's where that would be.
Yeah, right. How did the alarm not go off when that car landed on its side, right?
Right.
Anyway.
Oh my goodness. Moving on.
Yeah, look at this health. So they're doing good damage, and we know this tank is coming up, and they're gonna have another attack here pretty soon. The survivors are gonna chill and just take this horde, and the SI are gonna set up. I'd like to see them maybe attack like as they're leaving, because it's kind of hard to get.
Absolutely. This warehouse is garbage. I would definitely want to hit them as they're coming out of this entrance right here. They've got a Spitter, Boomer, Charger, Hunter, shitty 2-2, but there's still lots of potential for damage if you can land that Spit Charge. Looks like they're going for it. The Infected are trying to spawn as they're going to leave this room, and Lovebone certainly is aware of that by now. Boomer spawns, gets Nick just for a second, but there's not many comments to speak of. Gets a proxy onto Rochelle somehow.
Through the floor.
Charger, Hunter go in.
Oh, that's unfortunate. The Charger stumbled Rochelle off and out of the spit, so...
Yeah, and the spread of that spit didn't reach that corner. Symbol was able to avoid a lot of damage right there.
Yeah, they didn't maximize their damage, but they're still getting good damage. And I think this bodes well for... We're going to ultimately probably see this team wipe, at that event if they keep taking damage like this. But again, we have this tank, and it'll be interesting to see how they take it. Pink Slip is really kind of impressed with their tank play. Has been pretty good on both sides. Well, for the most part, kind of on the Survivor side. But they've shown that they definitely know what they're doing out there.
And for whoever the tank is on this map, he has a lot of work to do, because this is not an easy tank fight at all. You have a nice boom going out. Hunter gets speeded. The Smoker landed on Coach just for a second, but got cleared. Survivors are going to push on through here. Now is the time to spawn this tank. We're going to see where Pink Slip decides to take this and how Lovebone decides to respond. They have the tank right now in the hands of Lobster Facts. This is definitely the player you would want for such a high-pressure situation because this tank has to do work right now.
Yeah, he's been pretty good so far this game, so we'll see what he can do, and I think now is the time for an Infected Worm.
Absolutely.
Like, charging them off this side. Yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go, like, now.
Reloading. Charger. Reloading.
Okay, keep bleeding him here. Simba's Westing right there, he's hitboxable. You got no one to push you now.
Tank inbound.
I'll on this boom, you might want to commit, let's see.
Nice.
Yeah, you should commit. Yeah, commit.
Toss in a bile bomb.
File's not gonna matter.
What the fuck?
They're aiming for you though.
Bile bomb incoming.
If you get filed, you might want to do. Never mind.
I'm working.
Help him now. Go help him. Go help him. Go hit. Nice punch.
We got a hunter.
Nice, keep on Charles. You got him. On your back. He's down. Okay, coach.
You got him, you got him.
Nice. You have 100 health. We should be able to troll this.
Alright, and we are back, and we watched Pink Slip play it a little more aggressively. They opted to take it on the hill there, and they took a lot of damage. Only one survivor with the permanent health, and that boomer really kind of surprised me. He landed the 2 boom, then like backed off and just kind of delayed, and then able to reboom again, getting his charge again. So pretty good damage there for Lovebone.
Reloading.
I think Lovebone's, the pressure is definitely getting to them. Oh dear, Lobster has crashed. But right now, I think they have the potential, maybe make 100, 150 bonus.
Let's go.
Perhaps a little bit more if they manage to find any extra pills. I'm looking through the hedge range right now, but I'm still not seeing any. Urban Crash, indeed. There are no pills anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're going to make this, man. I think this event's going to be too much.
Well, I don't think they're going to make it either, but it's definitely, it's all about the distance right now. Every step they take is just a little bit shaved off of that lead that Lovebone had worked so hard to make. You know what I'm saying?
Reloading.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. But, I mean, either way, dude, we're going to have ourselves a really close game going in the finale. So the closer that they get this score, just the better this finale is going to be. And we see this smoker. The smoker wants to go here pretty soon, waiting for Simba to kind of go up a little bit. And we're going to see some SI drop off this roof, I think. But they're kind of taking their time, and great pop on the boomer. And not a whole lot other than that.
Oh my goodness, looks like the spitter hit the wall and half the spit went onto the ledge or something. There was hardly any spit anywhere. That's another hit shut down very nicely, especially given that Impressive and Simba were so low. Any scratch could have incapped them. Pigslip, they're going to make a little bit more distance. They're already up to about 1,000 points. This lead is now just... What? No, what am I saying? This lead is down to about 250 or so. They're going to start this event. We're going to see how far into this event they can make it. And as I mentioned, look at all these cars. Look at this. Look at the holes in these fences. This place is a death trap. Regardless, we do have a proxy boom going on onto 2 survivors. Hunter and Charger going in. The Charger gets absolutely melted. Hunter lands. Spit goes down. And
oh, dude.
Going
Reflector crashed and spit.
Yikes.
He's not moving. He took like 5 ticks. Oh, he lagged out. Okay, good. So he'll be able to get out of the spit. Because they need him to hold that health. Because like he's the only one with health, and everyone's so low. And I mean, Nick is going to go down here too, and Simba's basically 1 health. So this is getting sketchy. And of course, we're not going to see any distance points ticking up here for a little bit. So that's good for Lovebone. But yeah, this is 230 points, and that's another in-cap.
This is such a bad place to have in-cap survivors too. These commons are not going to stop until you shut off this event. And right now the Infected are capitalized on it. We've got a Smoker trying to get some pulls. He's not been cleared. He does get cleared. We have a triple boom and a Hunter going down. That boomer's going to walk in and going to push right into Coach's face, get another proxy. He knocks those survivors away. Right now Trice is so close to death. He's already sitting in spit. I think he just might die from that spit puddle. Looks like, yeah, Reflector is... I think he's still going to try and pick up Trice. My god. He is able to get him. All the survivors are on the other. Trice is black and white. He's going for it. I think he's just going for distance right now. No, he's going to stay and try and clear out some of these commons. We've got a charger ready. All he needs is one punch on the Trice, I think. That's all it would take. He's going in. He misses the charge.
He's got a little more health at one punch, but yeah, he's going to get jockeyed. That's going to be bad. Yeah, dude, we got ourselves a game, dude. 200 points going into finale. Really, that's not a big difference, you know. I mean, and with how silly this finale can be, like, dude, if we see someone get cooked by gas cans, dude, like that could be the game right there.
All right, we are going into the fourth and final map of this campaign. It is the airfield. This is a gas can finale, sort of like, you know, Dead Center, where the survivors had to collect a bunch of gas, load up a generator, then push a button and run their asses to a airplane for the finale. So it's a tricky one, and we've had a lot of issues with this campaign from a technical standpoint, as I'm sure both of these teams are aware. So hopefully we're not going to see any of that, but I have a sinking feeling we may.
Yeah, I hope we get a nice, clean finale. Also, shout out to Lovebone for having 1, 2, 3, 4 as a score right now. I think that's really probably the best thing to happen in this game.
That's a sign. That's a sign that the gods
doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often. We are going to see this round and go live, and with the way these SI are setting up, this Boomer's going to kind of go from this gap in the fence here, and that'll be when the rest of his amigos come in. And Survivor's being very cautious, just kind of baiting Rails out there. He's probably going to, you know, take at least one of these hunters on. We'll see if he can win that 1v1.
Both hunters go in. Boomer lands a nice triple boom. Another hunter lands up the Rochelle just for a second. Smoker jumps down, getting some scratches. That's a nice amount of damage onto Verbansky right there.
Yeah, solid hit on him. Free boom obviously helps slow things down for the on the Survivor side. But they're gonna go forward, and this there's a witch somewhere. The next alley she's gonna be in.
She tends to spawn there. I haven't seen her show up anywhere else in this map, so we're gonna see how that works. As far as they're pushing on through here, and yep, there she is, right here in this alley. Oh, what an awkward position. She's actually behind this Jeep. That's a bit of an advantage for the infected, I would say. The survivors are going to have to move up a little bit more if they want to aggro her. And they've got a Hunter Jockey, Spitter, Smoker. That's about as good as it's going to get a hit for a Witch if you're trying to interrupt this crown, which you're certainly planning to do if you are Team Pinkstick right now.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. It's all going to be on the timing of the SI. I imagine we're going to see a draw crown here, maybe even drawn back into the hangar, unless Lobster Fax gets real aggressive. So if the SI can time this just right, you know, we can see a whole lot of damage come out here, and they're just kind of waiting and baiting, and it's going to go on to Ellis. Rails Barlow's going to get the draw, yeah, and they get inside there, so this is going to be a pretty uneventful Witch crown, I would imagine.
Where is this Witch going? My god. Alright. Gets the in-cap.
Yeah, that's why I don't imagine, because I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think, I don't know, Rails maybe wanted to back up a little bit more. He kind of went by those boxes, and maybe he thought the SI were going to go down, but he got like jockeyed, and the Witch kind of took her time getting in. Yeah,
it was weird. She was swinging in just like the complete opposite direction, but then she turned around and she got the in-cap. I say this every game because it's true. Every single time I cast a game for some bizarre reason, something ridiculous always happens with the Witch, and I guess it was Lovebone's turn to get a random in-cap that they probably shouldn't have taken. Got the next hit, double boom going out. Jockey gets killed. Smoker gets a brief pull onto Rochelle just for a second, but gets cleared. And we are now into it. This is the gas can area. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, Alexi, but these gas cans are actually like a death trap. Because
they do a ton of damage.
If any survivor goes down near these gas cans and one of their teammates makes the mistake of shooting them, that survivor is for sure dead. They die in like 2 seconds. I've seen it happen. It is so funny, but oh my goodness. That thing, it's like taking 1 million spit damage in 1 second. It's so great.
Yeah, it's just a ton of fire damage just stacking on top of each other. So hopefully we don't see that. You know, I'd rather see this game be decided by, you know, who's the better team, not by
by skill,
not by fire or by some like AI thing like the Witch. That would be a dumb way to decide a game, right?
Oh, I appear to have crashed. Excellent.
Wow, you're just like them now.
Well,
I'll keep things going. Yeah, I'll keep things going. They're gonna go. They got 3 cans in. They're gonna get 3 more. They like the 3 cans at a time strat, and the SI are gonna come in. They're gonna get a nice temporary tri-cap, and that Boomer Stumble is gonna slow the clears here. We're seeing a lot of damage, and this jockey's trying to get Rails around the corner. Not gonna get it, but Urbanski meanwhile taking a ton of damage. So we'll see the rest of these 3 cans go in, and only 2 more left, and then the tank fight. So far, pretty good damage for Pink Slip. I think they're probably pretty happy with this, and we're gonna see another spitter come up, and we'll see if they can make a play on this. Looks like they might want to, and they're gonna kind of go, but not gonna get what they were wanting there, and that's gonna pretty much. Are you back yet?
I am back, and looks like things have definitely fallen apart pretty quickly for Lovebone. Lobster is dangerously low. Vanilla and Rails are also sitting pretty low on health. There is fire everywhere, but luckily there are no survivors in those fires, so I guess we're not going to see any deaths quite yet.
It was close, but they've only got 2 pills left, and they have a tank to fight. And I want to see. I think Lobster may have taken some fire damage. I'm going to check the MVP here and see if we got any friendly fire. Not
have a
too
full
much.
landing onto Rochelle just for a second, but gets cleared. They're just 1 gas can away. It's just a matter of time now. Charger goes for a really ambitious charge, but it gets nothing for it. There are 2 gas cans sitting there, so hopefully the damage from that fire is mitigated. Even if someone goes down, they shouldn't die from it. That is honestly crisis averted. All 8 gas cans are loaded in, and now we have the tank for Pink Slip in the hands of Impressive. Please, for God's sake, do not crash.
Hopefully he doesn't crash, but I think this is as good of a time as any to go to their war room, because they need a white pool. There's a lot of damage.
Absolutely.
5. Got a white here.
Shoot that big mother!
They're free to split Nyx alone. By the generator.
Very supreme.
You should go in.
What are you
yeah.
doing? What are you doing?
Oh, you're just taking ship.
You can make this.
Nice.
You can't die though. Don't let him die. Get out, get out.
Come on.
Heads up. Look out now. I can't do this on my own. Give me some help.
Reloading!
I'll get him in.
Cut that shit out!
We're still in first pass.
Gotta reload.
Yeah, just bleed him out. All 4 are bleeding.
Reloading!
Second. Should we hit?
Yeah, we should hit.
Trust doesn't have a spawn.
Excuse me!
Don't die.
Can get above them and throw their nukes. Fuck,
You're
second
gonna go,
pass.
yeah. Just go on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Reloading. Smoker. Reload. Go on your feet. Let's go.
All right, and we're back, and that tank started out a little weird at first. Impressive opting to kind of relocate himself, but then changing his mind and getting an in-cap onto Verb, and we're seeing Lovebone really low on health here. We got Verb and Lobster at basically 1 health. Rails is in-cap, Vanille's at around 30 health, but they're gonna hit this button, and there's something interesting here. So this last tank on Finale, it's on a timer, which I didn't know. And I think it starts on this second button for the elevator. A timer's going to start, and that'll decide when the last tank spawns. And because they're so slow, there's a good chance we see this tank come into play before they even get to it. But Rails is actually just going to leave his team, try to get some distance. He's going to get pulled, and that's going to be the end of that. So they've got almost 700-point lead on them right now. So
good, but not insurmountable. If I were Lovebone,
Yeah.
I'd still be very nervous. This is no time to relax. It's
Yeah, I
all
mean,
about the infected play.
all Pink Slip needs is to make make the escape vehicle with all 4.
We are ready, and we've got, I think because we restarted, do we get different spawns now? We do. Charger, Boomer, Hunter, Smoker. So that's a little interesting.
That is, and also this witch is going to be in a different spot. Which, if you remember from last time, it was in a kind of tricky spot. But we're going to see a nice DP. Verbansky pouncing heavy with that 25 damage bounce. And yeah, I think this witch is going to spawn. I hope at the end of this hallway. No, she's not.
Well, like you mentioned, for Lovebone, the witch spawned behind the Jeep, which actually caused them a lot of problems. And as you remember, that random in-cap onto rails. So Kingslip certainly has an opportunity. I mean, it's not down to them, of course, but if this witch spawns in a bit of a more favorable position, they can hopefully avoid an in-cap, although Verbansky has already taken a big chunk of their health away already. Where is this witch? Yeah, she's way down at the end of the alley. That's a much better spot for the Survivors engine.
Yeah, and that's how you're going to go early. They're going to say, you know, forget the witch, and they're going to get a double boom, but nothing else is going to land. So, oh, actually, just kidding. Rochelle's going to get stumbled in some spit, and with the new spit, she takes 7 damage. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, this witch is in a more favorable position, and we're going to see, I think it was Nick Impressive going to take her out. So that's big. You know, that's big because Rail's going down to that witch and going the whole event, you know, no perm health. I mean, that right there could have, you know, really changed the way this finale played out.
Absolutely. That really shot Lovebone in the foot, and Pink Slip, luckily, is not going to have to deal with that. But they've still got the rest of Lovebone to contend with. 200 going in from the back, a Charger going in from the back as well, but it misses. And it looks like that Smoker fell off and wasn't able to get the ball. He's going to go for it anyway. He does got it just for a second, and he gets killed.
Yeah, although I do like the idea, because once they kind of get out into here, there's not a lot, and it also gives them another attack, like right as this can's being picked up. So we're gonna see what happens. I mean, this could be cool. We could see someone make a mistake on these cans and just go up in flames.
Yes, we could see them being engulfed in the absolute inferno that is these gas cans. Looks like they actually did a bit of like spreading them around. That's actually a pretty smart strategy. They looks like they're going for it 3 gas cans at a time, just like Lovebone did. The hits going in, Charger and Jockey both get shut down. The spit does go down onto the gas can, but they're able to get it out of there at the last second. A single boom does land onto one of the survivors, but nothing really to note of.
Yeah, that Charger went through the door and then all the way down that little like hallway and somehow like squeezed between the 2 survivors and wasn't able to land. But Pink Slip's making quick work of these gas cans. They're really just tossing. Also, something to note, you can't M1 and M2 these cans and throw them further, which I thought was interesting.
Is that due to the config?
That's what they were telling me. They said it was a config thing. I don't know if I don't know if it happened with Pug and someone got mad and it ruined their Pug, and I don't know if that's what happened, but it really kind of makes this a little more frustrating, because you used to be able to like chuck those cans from like the bottom up to the top and go a lot faster.
That would certainly speed things up, but Pink Slip is doing just fine regardless, I would say. Like, Zim was taking a lot of damage, already dipped into his pills, but I don't think, you know, that's anything super concerning at the moment. They're still in good shape to take this tank, and I think if they manage to take this tank without, you know, getting an in-cap the way Verb unfortunately got, they are in a solid position to take this game. If I were Lovebone, I'd be really nervous. This tank is now going to be either the MVP of the team or is unfortunately not going to be able to save the day. The next hit goes in. Jockey and Smoke are both going in onto Nick just for a second. But, you know, they both get cleared. Trice Impressive Reflector. They've still got 3 pills for them, and they're all, you know, relatively good health. No, Trice is going to dip into those pills. So they got 2 pills left for the 2 bleeders. But they're still in good shape as far as I'm concerned.
Well, they've got 2 on them. They've got 4 on the box. They haven't touched their pills.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so. You're absolutely right. I'm an idiot. They're still moving along. Just 2 gas cans to go. And I think they've both got them in their hands, so there's nothing to worry about, although there is a ton of fire blocking their way right now.
Dude, check out the teamwork. They're passing cans from down low, and they're catching them up top. I guess that's
interesting.
That's the way to do it. That's, you know, Scavenge. The Scavenge kids always said it. Scavenge was always so much more, you know, skillful and strategic, and they're showing us why.
I guess there's always something you can learn from game modes that no one plays. The Jockey does land onto Rochelle just for a second. One of those gas cans get lit by the spit. Very nicely done. That Boomer's walking around trying to move that gas can. Nope, he's just going to sit right on it, but it doesn't go anywhere. I think they blocked that in that config. That's a shame.
No, it'll still go flying. I don't know. That's just some weird Left 4 Dead 2 stuff, probably.
Oh, did it? Yeah, that
Yeah,
gas can didn't go anywhere. I thought for like maybe they put like a ceiling box on it. I have crashed again, so take it away, Alexi.
Alright. The one thing to kind of note that's interesting is this whole like upper area by the generator, the spit just like doesn't spread. It's the little tiny baby puddle. So they've been going for these spit plays on cans, but it's really easy to throw that can out of there because it just doesn't spread. And we're going to see this SI attack going as this tank spawns. Oh, we're going to see a charge onto Rochelle. That's Trice with a little baby spit for the in cap, and they're going to send the tank in. Vanille's going in. She's got Reflector in the corner. And one more punch on Reflector. He's going to be down, and she is going to get the in cap. Oh, dude. And now Nick gets corner lock, or common lock. I'm sorry. He is going to get away, though. He's going to get those pills off, and Vanille's now chasing Simba. We got 2 survivors up. We're going to see a 2, and they are going to pick a 3rd survivor up and tank rocks that truck. Because, but this is intense. Vanille's down to like 2,500 health. She's going to recommit with a 2 boom. And SI support's coming up. One more punch on Impressive, and he's down. And that's going to be the in cap. And now Vanille's just going ham, dude. She's going to get Ellis, which is Reflector. We're going to see a bounce onto whoever that guy is, and one more punch, and Vanille's going to win the game for her team.
GGs are already going out, and
there you
it
go.
is indeed right. Vanille has closed out this game. I am so disappointed I crashed right before she went in, because I so wish I could have seen it. The real MVP right there, standing in right behind this military truck. What an incredible game. I mean, Pink Slip was definitely behind, but they could have done it. That was razor thin right there.
Dude, that was nuts. I think Vanille confirmed MVP, dude. She just won it.
And I'm so looking forward to the rest of this tournament. What a game.
Yeah, that was just to kind of recap on that very last tank. Really bad timing for Pink Slip. That in cap right as the tank spawned, and there was still some common kind of trickling in, and I don't know who made the call for that tank to go in, but Vanille with the aggressive tank play and getting the in caps and the SI, with the support, it was a great way to end the game, right?
Well, I certainly had a blast watching this game and casting. I hope you all enjoyed watching it too. Lovebone will continue on to the grand finals, facing Team Bravo Sucks at Tetris, and Team Pink Slip. It's not over for them. They are still in the running for 3rd place. There's still some money to be made. They will be facing Coach Shade's Academy. Yes. So make sure to tune in to watch both of those games, because they are for sure going to be very exciting.
Cool. All right. Well, that's really all I got for this game. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say.
No, I think I'm good. I had fun. Always a pleasure casting with you, Alexi. Big shout out to XY also for streaming this match. And I will see you next time.
Adios.